Welcome back to Let's Play Avernum, Escape from the Pit. Today, we're entering the Freehold of Kyass. Let's go ahead and get the perimeter out here. Button. Intriguing. This is a pretty big perimeter. Excuse me. Well, let's poke in first. No, let's get the button first. Oh, spell book. 7 arcane lore for Ward of Elements. I hope that... Does that record where it is? It does. Okay, good. In the middle of the wilds of the underworld, you've found a fortress. It's a strange place, haphazard but solid. The thick stone walls go off at crazy angles and don't seem to have been planned in any way, but they're solid and ready to withstand a serious assault. The people within the fort are just as odd. They're a motley mix of humans, Nephilim, and Slithzerakai, all dirty, serious, and heavily armed. And yet, somehow, they seem to be working together peacefully to maintain and expand this keep. As you enter, a guard looks at you through a narrow slit. Welcome to the Freehold of Kyass, Evernight. No robbing, no fighting, no causing trouble. Disobey and punishment comes fast. Oh, and Kyass will want to see you. Southwest Tower. The guard leans back in his chair, no longer interested in you. That was all the welcome to the Freehold you're likely to get. Sage's Hall. There's a Slithzerakai sitting at the table, drawing elaborate designs on a sheet of papyrus. She looks up at you nervously when you approach. An Avernite. I am a Slith, but I am no killer. I am Evis, sage, here in peace, teaching arcane arts and studying. Where are you from? I am from Nas, a Slith town in the Great Cave. A little town surrounded by Avernites, alone and unprotected. Then I came here. How'd you get here? The way all do. I found a tiny caravan, come to sell goods here. I joined it, defended it on its way, came to Kyass, was accepted here. You didn't feel safe in Nas? No, Vernites say many words. Say they'll accept peaceful Slithzerakai. Say they mean us no harm. But I see the look in their eyes, hear what they say when they think we don't listen. What do they think? They say they accept us, but they hate us. They always will. So I came here. It's a dangerous place, but we are accepted here. What do you do for Kyass? The Slithzerakai mastered the arts of magic many years before you humans came to these caves. I use my spells. I teach. I help to defend. Also, I hunt for magical tomes to add to our power. Any particular tomes you're looking for? There is one that I have heard about. There's a dragon named Pyrog who lives near here. A savage creature. She came once to parley with us. She lorded over us that she had a tome of magic. If you would steal it from that creature and give it to us, I would give you a reward. I'd also tell Kyass that you've acted to help us. Others will seek the tome, I have no doubt, but the gratitude of Kyass is valuable. Why do you fight for Kyass? My only other choices are to be a savage barbarian or be at the mercy of Avernum. I do not want either. You teach magic. To those who help Kyass, to those who help the Freehold and keep us safe. What do you defend against? Attacks. The giants and the savage Slithzerakai are the worst, but many brigands and goblins and pests come here. I help punish for their foolishness. Do you see arcane arts? I can. The more Kyass has helped, the more help I can give. You've not helped Kyass at all, though, so I will not help you. Oh, that's level 2 barriers, or level 3 barriers, rather. Hall of the Mighty Kyass. Kitchen staff. The kitchen staff of Kyass's tower sit you down and feed you a decent meal. You notice they're all armed and armored. Everyone in the Freehold is prepared for an attack at any time. You enter a large meeting hall where Kyass does all of his business. He's trying for a grand look, but is not quite making it. There's a stained carpet on the floor and cracked faces along the walls, all stolen most likely. Kyass himself leans back in a chair at the end of a cave wood table. He watches you with an understandable interest. He himself is a muscular man of middling height. He wears an iron breastplate, and a halberd rests on the table in front of him. His skin still bears traces of having been in the sun, and his long, shaggy black hair hasn't seen the attention of a comb in some time. Ah, the adventurer. Come in. He motions for you to approach. You're a unique visitor out here in the wilds. I might be able to do business with you. Kyass motions for you to sit at the table with him. The chairs, carved from cave wood, are quite comfortable. Like everything else in the Freehold, they're ugly but entirely functional. I am Kyass, and this is my Freehold. This is the center of a new proud nation in the underworld. I know that Avernum will be unhappy to hear it, but it does not deserve to be the only power down below. All who come in peace are welcome here. Those with skills can find valuable employment. Those who cause disruptions and shirk by laws are punished. Harshly. Now that is all of the way, we can speak. If you aren't a lackey of King Micah, I might have profitable work for you. I actually was sent by the castle to speak with you. Kyass is instantly alert. He leans forward. You note that his hand comes to rest close to his halberd. Go on. I've been sent to question you regarding your intentions. He leans back and laughs. We have never made it a secret. They haven't changed since they last asked, and they have never changed. We will claim all of the empty northern caverns and continue to expand north and down. We are no threat to Avernum, but we do not accept that they own the entire underworld. They won't like hearing that. Ask me if I care. You have your message, now leave me. I have much to ponder. Well, while I'm here, do you have a job for me? I'm glad you asked. If you approve of the Freehold, you can aid us in our survival. In return, we'll open our hearts to you and you can find aid. The first task is a simple one. The northeast tower of the Freehold has been occupied by a band of brigands. They are led by a former Empire soldier, Senak, who is exiled from the surface. Evict them, using force of arms if necessary. They're in one of your towers? Yes, bar themselves in with a considerable supply of food. You'll have to find a way to slip into the tower and reach them. Why don't you kill them? Senak was one of the earliest freeholders. Once I even called him friend. Then he questioned my rule, but few would follow him. In a fit of pique, he and his dirty rogues claimed one of our towers for his own. His life is forfeit for this attack, but he was still a soldier of the Empire. I would not kill such a one directly, for it might attract certain grudges against my precious Freehold. That is why I ask an Avernite to do the deed. Why don't you starve them out? Because when Senak seized the tower, they claimed months of food. We could starve them out eventually, but it would take too long and be too much of a distraction. We need to concentrate on building our defenses. Tell me about this place. This is the Freehold of Kyass. It's the beginning of a new proud nation. We are starting here, but we will expand to the northern tunnels and low caverns. That is, of course, we will expand if we can survive the attacks of our foes. Based on what principles? Freedom, strength, expansion towards unclaimed lands. Not bowing to kings and trying to make a little copy of the Empire in the underworld like Avernum does. No offense. Our Freehold will have no kings. My orders are to be obeyed because people see strength and wisdom in them. When I'm no longer able to command respect, another can be raised to replace me. That is the promise I make to all who live here. And who will lead this new nation? Me, of course, for as long as I can convince our people that I'm strong, that I'm wise enough to guide them. He waves grandly at the walls around him. I've done well so far, but I must prove myself anew every day. Isn't the Abyss already a nation apart from Avernum? The Abyss? A nest of thugs, killers, and malcontents. Don't insult me by comparing us to them. If they're lucky, one day I'll allow them to join our Freehold. What threats do you face? There are two great threats facing us. The barbarian Zerakai and Avernum itself. Tell me about Avernum. These caves are huge. There's more than enough room for many people, many states. Why, I suspect that the low tunnels to the north contain plenty of room for expansion. Avernum does not agree. They want all the land everywhere for themselves. I will not follow those who would only create a new empire under the earth. How have you survived the Sethzerakai? Look, if they focused on us, they could destroy us easily. Instead, happily, their forces are mainly arrayed against the Great Cave, far from us. Where are you from? The Empire, same as you. I've only been in the underworld for 5 years. 5 busy years. Why were you cast into Avernum? A tragic inability to keep my mouth shut in the face of stupidity and cruelty. Where'd you go when you arrived? Everywhere. Formello, the Great Cave, even the Abyss. I'm a natural wanderer, and in time I gathered friends around me to join in my travels. Eventually I saw that if there was to be a place of principle in the underworld, I would have to create it. After months of wandering, we chose this unclaimed plain as a place to start our new nation. Where can I get supplies and training here? Of course. However, first you must prove to the freeholders you're worthy of being traded with. How can I do that? By doing services for me and my warriors. The more you do, the more aid you can find, and the lower prices you'll be charged for it. As you've done nothing for us at this point, you should expect little aid. Alright. Freehold defenders. Kyass's keep porters keep out. Cutting and drying hall. One of the main ways the Freehold gains supplies is by gathering and trading alchemical herbs. This chamber is where they're gathered and dried. A young woman walks up to you, wiping her hands on the front of her dress. Welcome, warrior. I am Kendrew, a trader for Kyass. Brings you to the Freehold. She sighs. I followed a man. He turned out to be a thug. Kyass kicked him out, and he went to the Abyss. But Kyass kept me. He saw that I have skills, such as... I am a natural trader. I have a good smile. I drive hard bargains. I had my own shop on the surface. I brought those skills down here. For example, I'm very good at finding things we need. Why were you sent to Avernum? Because while I was skilled at running a business, I may have neglected to pay as many of my taxes as I should have. What do you need? Alas, some of our warriors have been falling ill. The stink of this cave can afflict them. Evis tells me that she can make a brew that will sustain them, and all she needs is a single tuft of grey mold, a very rare herb. Bring me a small amount of grey mold, and I'll reward you with rare and valuable potions. I actually do have an extra grey mold. Invulnerability potion. She collects the grey mold, inspects it, and seals it in a jar. Very good. Thank you. Here's your promised reward. She disappears upstairs and soon returns with a pair of ceramic vials. Oh, and a speed elixir. What do you think of the Freehold and its goals? I don't pay attention to politics. It seems as safe in this horrible pit as any. Trade? I'm sorry, Kyass told me not to trade with outsiders until they do something to help him. You should talk to Kyass. I figured that the grey mold should have been a favor, but alright. Mandrake root. Killing potion. Meh. This tower belongs to Senak. Trespassers die. A tall, gruff man walks around the fort, inspecting the fortifications. He occasionally lets out a low grumble of approval, or disapproval. You aren't sure. They're vague grumbles. When he sees you, he nods a greeting. Burnites, huh? I'm Hornby. Watch yourself. He passes the whip hanging from his belt. We have laws. Where are you from? The Abyss. Why did you leave? No laws, no order, no future. It's a bad place. Tell me about your laws. No surprises, no fighting, no stealing, no spreading lies and rumors. You have something to say about someone, say it to their face. Break a law, you get punished by me. You hand out the punishments? Yes, I love it. What sorts of punishments? The stocks, flogging, banishment, death, whatever Kyass decides. Harsh punishments. We like them harsh. Why so harsh? The underworld is harsh. We have to be harsh to survive it. Move on now, and I'll be watching you. He walks 20 feet away and, as promised, watches you. Alright, so I need another way into that tower. Doesn't seem so simple as finding the right button. But there's a ladder here. Aha! You slip into the northeast tower of the Freehold and are immediately assaulted by a powerful stench. Unwashed laundry and bodies, piles of trash, stored rations just starting to rot. This place desperately needs to be aired out. You hear low muttering coming from the chambers ahead. This tower is occupied, and you aren't sure how welcoming its inhabitants will be to uninvited intruders. Easy. Spine shield, bronze short sword. Silver coins, bronze short sword, studded belt, brewed dagger, leather pants. Leader of the brigands turns to face you. You can see that he wears the tattered armor of an Empire soldier. Perhaps he was allowed to wear it when he was cast into the underworld. He points his blade at you unsteadily. You can see faint green stains around his lips. Odd. He stirs. You come in here? You fight me? You know who I am? Sergeant Senak of the Empire Guard. You dare fight an Empire soldier? You know how many friends I have. I'll kill you for the insult. And he lunges at you. Even in his unsteady state, he is a formidable warrior. Yeah, just beat the tar out of him. Bags of meal. Throat clearing. Girdle of avoidance. Chainmail vest. Cavewood bow. Ales I don't need. Let's see. Healing elixir goes there. Healing potions go there. Crystalline wand to you. Crystalline wand to you. Oh, that wand of the Inferno only has 2 charges. Ah. Money, iron gauntlet, speed potion, leather pants, thick leather gloves. Dried meat might be okay for the Drake. It might demand it be like the haunch. Sir Senek will trouble you no longer. I'm relieved to hear it, but sad as well. I knew when he found that store of Scribbane in the abyss that he would come to a bad end. Scribbane? You've never heard of that. I'll send word to the Freehold that you've aided us, and I'll also allow you to keep any treasures you found in the tower. And if you would continue to aid us, just ask. We've scavenged some precious treasures to tempt you. What else can I do for you? Recruitment. Our Freehold must concentrate on its defenses before all else. For that reason, we seek to recruit mages to aid in our defense. I've heard rumors that one of the wizards in Patrick's Tower, by the name of Lethem, is bored and seeks opportunity. Convince him to come and join me. I don't think it will be difficult. I'll do what I can. Oh yeah, you gain a level. Let's go ahead and give you Mage and Arcane Lore. And surprisingly, that's like... Oh, there's the training field I need to visit. But... surprisingly few opportunities for employment here. Gain a point of Ward of Elements. Alright, so you want me to go to Patrick's Tower. Oh yeah, what was the actual, like, go help Kyass quest? Aid to Kyass. Give him help he requires. I guess that means just, like, do... There is the fact that he's basically just going to be a lackey for the Empire. As you get closer to the wide tunnel ahead, you hear a deafening roar. Enormous rapids flow down the tunnel to the south. It's not an impassable barrier, however. A narrow path runs up the cave wall along the edge. That path is a portage, enabling you to move your boat up and down the rapids. It's the only thing that makes the passage navigable. Use the portage, sail your craft to the north or south edge of the rapids. Oh, okay. So I can actually go up and down that. Neat. Near a small island dominated by a massive spire of black stone. Gates are set into the sides of the spire, and Slith warriors walk in and out. A dock emerges from the south side. This must be the core of the Slith lands, the center of the vicious Slith army that has terrorized much of Avernum. If you are to enter there and emerge alive, you'll have to be very, very careful. I guess I can map it out around here. Hello. This is a large stone crypt door in the wall here. The image of a mighty spear-bearing Slith has been carved into it. You think you might be able to get the door open. Try to enter the crypt. As you open the door and find, unsurprisingly, this is a crypt of two important dead Sliths. A mated pair of Sliths fly inside the crypt on matched biers. The male has nothing but burial wrappings. The female, on the other hand, is wearing an intricately carved breastplate. It's carved from the chitin of some big underworld bug. Take it. As you leave the crypt, pleased with your new item. Then the crypt curse starts to affect you. You feel slow and confused. Then, to add injury to insult, a glowing Slith walks out of the tomb behind you. It's large and very angry. Slith, Avatar, and Searing Crawlers.
Right, searing is lightning. And lightning is a lot of damage. Healing potion yourself, and then... I didn't want the Greater Shade, but it might help. I meant to go into my mage spell book. Alright, take down the Sith Avatar is the melee crew's objective. Ranged crew will take care of the crawlers. Did I just completely resist the curse effect I was supposed to be afflicted with? That got me. Crystal Worn Kite. 12 armor, 4% evade, 1 resistance. That actually might be good for Minecraft. Yeah, try it. So that takes me up to the Crypt of Draft, which I misread as Crypt of Death. Small tunnel, detect no clues, walk inside. Built-in rubbish of all sorts. The only thing of interest is a polished hardwood bow, thickly crusted with rust and slime. Amazingly, despite the use of neglect, it might be usable again with a good clean. Take it. As you leave the cave, its owner returns, its retinue in tone. It seems pleased to see you, but not in a way you like. Bow of Storms. Ogre Taskmaster, Eye Beast, and a bunch of regular ogres. Immobilizing them would be very nice, thank you. Right, pure magic. Not gonna work on a beholder. Should have healed. Whatever. Emerald, good broadsword. Alright, Bow of Storms. Very low damage, but chance to inflict lightning. Does the number change based on your skill? It does. Okay, good. That's still... I would still rather have the Farsight on you. What about you? I sac... Oh, that's actually slightly better damage anyway. I mean, you're going to be accidentally firing bows sometimes, so I'd rather it inflict acid sometimes, if nothing else. I feel like I shouldn't be here. Especially not with a dead party member. Yeah, let me stop over here at Fort Emerald. Get that quick heal. Let's head back this way. Don't go into the Slith Castle. So let's go here. What do I want to do? I want to go to the castle. I believe I have, yeah, I have a mage record that I can turn in. And I want to see if just a platinum ring is good enough. And they can also say, like, dude, I've met with Kyass. Describe what you've learned. Newton looks more and more worried as you proceed through the tale. Worrying. Strong defenses. Great ambitions. It's as I thought. Kyass is dangerous. Avernum cannot afford to surrender any more resources than it has. You need to act. But first, you're rewarded with a pouch of silver coins and a ring and Archer's band. What do you think should be done to Kyass? He should be given a message. He needs to leave. If he doesn't leave, he needs to know that he will be driven out violently. It's a dangerous message. Someone needs to be sent. It needs to be sent by someone strong who can put up a defense if Kyass reacts badly. Someone like you. I think he should be allowed to remain where he is. And you're foolish as all the others. You gave our caves away one after another until there's nothing left for us. I tire of everyone's doubts. Leave me. Plus 3% missile damage. That's a whole freaking skill point there. Scroll with magical notes. Ward rents. Found your ring. He quickly grabs it and shoves it onto his finger. He doesn't really look at it. Thank you. You're great heroes. Thank you. He doesn't seem inclined to give you any reward. That's a very nice ring you're wearing. Thanks. You found it for me. When I'm a king, I'll make you a captain or something. Yeah, it was the platinum ring that you're meant to find a platinum ring around here. But I, sold it because it didn't have a name. Let's go ahead and give the treasury another peek. Oh, right. It's level 3. When I was trying to remember and look up where the trainer was, I did happen to see where the level 3 book is. I might as well grab it since I know it. Like, there's no point in limiting myself from having it. Because it's at an encounter we visited before. And one I think we're better equipped for at this point. It's the abandoned outpost here. There's a RNA tome here. That's a good use of purging crystal. I'm going to go ahead and use crystalline wand charge here. You need to heal everyone. Adrenaline. Alright, that's one less thing that can inflict lightning. Which is honestly probably the biggest single threat here. Cool, terror. Since I can't do anything this turn. Corrupting Baton here. And then fire on that thing. If nothing else, I know why this is such a hard fight now. Why are you in this situation? Why are they terrified? Lightning scroll? Then crystalline wand? Why did everything miss? let's give that another shot, but with, like, buffing. You have a Wand of Alacrity, which you should take. Come up here. Take that guy out. Wand of Alacrity, and then Protection. You don't really have any buffs of your own. Just fire on that stupid thing. Ooh, I didn't kill it. Ooh, that's bad. You should heal yourself and then Blade Sweep. Do I need more Blessing? I might as well. And the haste means you can also go ahead and give me Elemental Ward. Start with a Crystalline Wand. That step is fine. And why not make it two? Why is the hit chance so low with that? Swing, swing. That's gonna be a group heal. So boring when the enemy rounds are this long. Take you down, take you down. Do I group heal? I don't think I do. I think I go for a AoE drop here. Finish you off. You two are going to finish those two off, so... Fire on that one. Cool. Fear. That's fun to deal with. It's fun when the video game decides you don't get to play the video game. That's it's good design. Recovery? Oh, cool. Because of fear, they ran too far away for me to fix it. Ugh. Like it went down, I could have hit another one. Oh well. Why can they summon more things that inflict lightning? Can Terror run off already? Thank you. Alright, heal. Swing at the... Oh, it's a seer. That's... I'm less annoyed because now you can actually handle the main enemies. Losing wand to kind of chip at that. Ooh, into the acid. Don't get me wrong, the fight isn't necessarily won, but... It's a lot closer to one than it was a moment ago. Please, you can heal from there. Okay, good. Adrenaline? You're one tile off. I don't understand the ranges in this game. There. That's down. Here, fire on you, fire on you. To be fair, I don't remember enemy turns ever really taking that long in Abaddon, or... Why did I shoot? Well, at least it landed the acid. Queen's Wish 1, other than that awful final battle in that game. Try to decipher it. Fortunately, don't quite have sufficient knowledge of runes to decipher them. It's level 3 magic barrier. That's why I came there. Alright. Next time on Let's Play Avernum, Escape from the Pit. I guess we will be heading over to Patrick's Tower and continuing to do some work for Kyass, because, I mean, I don't care how many nations are down here. I'm just trying to get out. See you guys then.